Welcome to a brand new episode of the Jampack Report today for December the 19th of 2019. Of course, my name is Samuel Adams, and this is a daily gaming news podcast meant to bring you the hottest news from around the industry 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, right here on YouTube and podcast services around the world. So if you enjoy the show, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and keep coming back for more. But today we are talking about the Game Awards 2019 because, of course, they held some of the biggest announcements of the year, but on top of that, the audience grew 73% between 2018 and 2019. Then Facebook has made a big purchase in the cloud gaming space that could be going head-to-head with, of course, services like Project xCloud and Google Stadia. Then Atari is offering a very big revenue split to exclusive VCS games. Rainbow Six Siege is switching their core team. Redbox has a giant sale on some of the year's hottest games. And finally, you can get some gaming socks from Puma that cost an arm and a leg, maybe even a toe or two. It is an insane time to be in the gaming space for sure. But that is our lineup for today's show, and as always, I hope you enjoy it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. First off, the Game Awards audience grows 73% to 45.2 million live streams watched. The Game Awards announced that last week's video game showcase reached more than 45.2 million global live streams viewed, up 73% from 2018's record-setting performance of 26.2 million live streams. Okay, so it's not such a joke to call it the Oscars of gaming anymore, as it is pretty darn close to being bigger than the Oscars. The Game Awards said that the show is one of the world's largest and most watched award shows for any entertainment medium. The Oscars are probably still bigger worldwide. The US audience was 29 million in 2019, but the audience for the Academy Awards has been declining since 2014. The Game Awards aired live from the Microsoft Theater on December the 12th, and it says they had significant growth across all metrics: viewer voting, social engagement, and co-streaming. The Game Awards was live and free on more than 50 digital video networks around the world, with a peak of 7.5 concurrent million viewers. Should be 7.5 million concurrent viewers, with more than 2 million on Twitch and YouTube. The top 13 platforms there at the show all saw double-digit increases in viewership from last year. Quote, "We are grateful and humbled by the continued growth of the Game Awards over the past 6 years," said Jeff Keighley, creator and producer of the Game Awards, in a statement. "These record-setting results show that gaming culture continues to reach new audiences around the globe, and these numbers reaffirm our distribution approach of streaming the show live and free across more than 50 digital video platforms." On social media, the Game Awards was the #1 worldwide trend on Twitter for the entire show, with 18 of the top 30 trends worldwide coming from the show. Over 1 million tweets were sent about the show during the live broadcast, and viewership of the live stream on Twitter was up 65% from last year to over 4 million unique viewers. On Twitch, 4,700 creators from around the world co-streamed the platform live, up from 3,300 in 2018, with many translating the show in real time for fans. The show delivered 1.3 million concurrent viewers on Twitch at its peak, up from 1.1 in 2018, and ranking as one of the largest live streams of the year. An interactive Twitch extension encouraged users to vote in real time for their picks in select categories, in addition to an emote meter which gauged the audience reaction in real time based on Twitch chat. Online authenticated fan voting for the Game Awards delivered a 50% year-over-year increase to more than 15.5 million logged-in votes, with fans selecting their favorites across a variety of platforms, including on the Game Awards website, Google, and Bilibili in China. Celebrities such as Star Wars director J.J. Abrams, Vin Diesel, and Margot Robbie appeared, while Green Day and Churches performed musical arts. Of course, that is what we saw during the Game Awards, but very, very impressive numbers coming from the team, and I must admit, the show is continually growing and becoming more and more impressive. Every year I expect it to kind of decline for some reason. I don't know. It just seems like the growth can't continue indefinitely, but lo and behold, I think that it very well could. This is a very impressive show that Jeff Keighley and the team continue to put on year after year. And I think also that the Game Awards is highlighted because of the decline of E3. For those that don't know, E3 is, of course, the giant electronic entertainment expo that happens towards the beginning of summer, around the June timeframe traditionally. And so with that beginning to kind of wane, many publishers and giant companies in the gaming space backing out, there has to be some kind of distribution for giant announcements. And as we saw with this year's Game Awards, we had the Xbox Series X, which is something that would traditionally be shown off at an E3 showcase, shown off in the middle of December at the Game Awards. That's kind of insane, and that shows the power of the show itself. But the audience has grown 73% to 45.2 million live streams viewed for the 2019 awards season. Very impressive. Good show. Congratulations to the team. I enjoyed it very much, especially when I went back the next day after I didn't stay up until midnight. That was the best part for me. But Facebook has bought Spanish cloud gaming company PlayGiga. The social network may be working on a cloud gaming service. Facebook is expanding its gaming efforts and has acquired PlayGiga, a startup that ran a cloud gaming service in Europe and some parts of the Middle East. The social network has confirmed the acquisition to Engadget after a report about the deal was published by business publication Cinco Dias. While the tech giant did not elaborate on the terms of the acquisition, Cinco Dias reported that the deal cost Facebook 70 million euros, or roughly $78 million. And of course, Facebook Gaming made the announcement on Twitter saying, quote, "We are thrilled to welcome @PlayGiga official to the team and will decline further comment for now." And they replaced the O in comment with the cloud emoji. Very creative. In addition, PlayGiga also posted a statement on its website that drops a hint about the social network's purpose for the acquisition. "We are continuing our work in cloud gaming now with a new mission," it reads. It could mean that the corporation is working on a cloud gaming service and that PlayGiga would be part of that endeavor. If true, then Facebook may want to take what it learned from Instant Games in 2016 and apply it to the new service. When it launched in 2016, Instant Games gave users access to games across devices with no downloads required. It only offers HTML5 titles, though. A proper cloud gaming service will allow Facebook to offer a wider variety and more high-quality games. So this is a very interesting move, in my opinion. And of course, for those that don't know how Facebook works, essentially they try and get a little piece of every pie. If you go on Facebook, you'll notice quickly that there is this ecosystem that exists that completely and totally wipes out any kind of competition for the most part. Of course, there is nothing like Amazon on Facebook, but if you're looking for something like Craigslist, there's Facebook Marketplace. If you're looking for something like Twitch, there's Facebook Gaming. If you were looking for something like, for instance, Twitter, it is just simply the Facebook timeline itself. If you're looking for pretty much anything you could ever imagine, something like YouTube, you have Facebook Watch. There is plenty of this kind of alternative mode going on within the Facebook cloud, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. And so with this PlayGiga coming in, now you have yet another tool added to the belt, and that is the ability to pretty much stream games in the same way that you would see on Project xCloud or Google Stadia. And so with them getting into the mix and with Facebook beginning to throw their name into the hat, I don't know that it's going to be successful right out of the gate, but I think that a lot of people underestimate the power of Facebook because they might not be invested in that ecosystem. It's still the world's biggest social network. Of course, others are growing very rapidly, but Facebook still has a pretty big market share when it comes to how many people actually get on and use the platform, and many of those have not been tapped into by other alternative platforms, especially in the gaming space. That's why Facebook Gaming is seeing incredible growth. Now, the numbers could be fudged on that one because Facebook has been known to do that, but you do see Facebook Gaming technically growing faster than Mixer ever could. And of course, that's in comparison to YouTube and Twitch as well, which have been long-standing staples of the live streaming space. But if Facebook Gaming, the entity that it is now, was able to integrate this game distribution service, you could see Facebook begin to get some traction as a game provider, as well as somebody who creates conversation on the Twitter, or the Facebook feeds, and of course, hosts live streams on Facebook Gaming. But excited to see where this goes. Of course, I'm not totally in on the full digital streaming thing quite yet, but I'm slowly but surely beginning to work my way over there. However, Atari is offering an 88% revenue split to exclusive VCS games. Atari is offering 88% of revenue to developers and publishers that make exclusive games for its retro VCS console. Non-exclusive content will receive 80% of revenue generated from the Atari VCS store, but exclusives will benefit from an 88-12 split, the same revenue sharing model that the Epic Games Store offers to all games. In a post on Medium, Atari said the developers can start making games for the VCS right now using the Unity engine and standard Linux tools. The company is working towards compatibility with other engines, but none were confirmed at the time of writing. Last month, Atari said the VCS was in the final stages of pre-production with a launch scheduled for March of next year, and the console was supposed to launch in March 2019, but was delayed so hardware could be improved. And so, again, we have a launch scheduled for March of next year. Have heard literally nothing about the... I didn't even know that was happening. I thought this thing was just on hold indefinitely. But lo and behold, you have a split that is very, very appealing to developers, but ultimately, when it comes down to where the gaming industry is going to be in 2020, most developers, publishers, and gamers are looking towards the next generation. And the Atari VCS is not a part of that generation. And so if you are somebody who is a small company, if you are somebody who is just starting out, this might be a wise move to go ahead and take up an offer with Atari and say, hey, let's go ahead and put this exclusively out on the VCS. That revenue split is very appealing. But why would you go with Atari when you could alternatively go with the Epic Game Store? Just release your game on PC, get tons of more eyeballs on your content, and boom, there you go. You have your funding for your next big game. Alternatively, if you are a big publisher, what would the incentive be to put your thing on Atari VCS? Again, the Epic Game Store offers the exact same exclusive. On top of that, you are also going to be getting more platforms at the end of 2020, so why tie your thing down to a legacy console, if you want to call this generation that, on top of the fact that probably not too many people are going to be buying this thing anyway. Now, I know that I have some viewers that are big hardcore fans of Atari and that are very excited about the VCS, and I want to make it very clear. I'm hoping the best for this. I hope it comes out and it takes us all by surprise. But I think that if the Atari VCS had come out, say, in 2016, maybe 2015, it could have actually had the chance to be something, or at least it would have had a better chance to be something. But right now, with the Project Scorpio / Xbox Series X completely revealed ultimately, and then on top of that, a PlayStation 5 coming imminently, there's really no space for a console that is going to be comparable at best to the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. But regardless, exciting to see that these revenue splits are becoming more industry-wide. I think that devs deserve more for their money and more for their time, I suppose I should say, but definitely cool to see that more companies are getting behind this giant revenue split for the devs. But Rainbow Six Siege is switching their core team. Ubisoft is entrusting Rainbow Six Siege to a new crew. The company today announced that creative director Xavier Marquis, brand director Alexandre Remy, and a few other members of the core team will be stepping away from the game to pursue other interests within Ubisoft. A certain amount of people who have been here a long time, including Xavier and I, will be leaving the project, and we have a new team already at the helm, Remy said in a video announcing the change, adding, "We are under the impression that we are transmitting a legacy to these people. We could not have hoped for a better outcome. I think it is awesome, and I'm looking forward to being able to look at Rainbow with the eyes of a fan and nothing else." Rainbow Six Siege director Leroy Athanasoff, will lead the new core team and give some indication as to where he wanted to take the game in the future. "We will start expanding the game universes," Athanasoff said. What a name. "If you look at player experience, we need to stop thinking about exclusive features and start implementing inclusive features instead. What I mean is that we need to deliver content that will impact every player in the whole community." Rainbow Six Siege launched in December of 2015. Earlier this year, Ubisoft announced the game's player base had reached 50 million registered players. So this game blew me away, continues to blow me away, in fact, to the point that I still can't believe this is how it actually panned out. Whenever Rainbow Six Siege launched, it was good, but it wasn't really going to be something that would last 4 years. Yet here we are with updates and reworks and new maps and new content additions. You have 4 years of content where Rainbow Six Siege has continually grown year after year after year. And I think it's a game that a lot of people didn't know that they wanted back in 2015 because it's pretty much just a SWAT team versus SWAT team kind of approach. Very fun stuff, fun competitively, and on top of that, a good time with friends, especially if you play with a group. But to see the core team switching, I think, is probably something that is not going to be as intrusive or interruptive as one might think. And I totally understand where the team is coming from, because if you have been working on this game since the very beginning, let's say the development on this really began to kick into high gear in 2013, you're going on 6 years on this project. That's more than half a decade. Are you telling me that you wouldn't be tired of working on the same thing after half a decade? I probably would. So it's good to see that some new faces are going to be on the team, and I think that if you bring in new ideas, you could see some stuff switch up, for better or for worse, but I think change is always good, in the 99% of the time. That's a quote right there for you. But ultimately, it is cool to see new people being brought into the Rainbow Six team, and I hope the best for those that are leaving. But if you head to Redbox soon, that was a really smooth transition. They are clearing out games, and they have steep discounts on some of the biggest games of the year on Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Reported earlier in December 2019, Redbox stopped allowing video game rentals, but now the company seems to be discontinuing games entirely. Pause. That was part of the original announcement. This is not new news. But Redbox is holding an Everything Must Go sale to get rid of its video game inventory. Luckily, you can take advantage of this and get deals on 2019's most popular games and recent releases. The discounts offered through the sale go up to 70% 75% off, with most games available for at least half off of their original price. You must visit a physical Redbox kiosk to take advantage of these deals. To find if a game is available near you, you can check out the Redbox game selection on the company's site and enter your zip code. If a copy is available nearby, the site will point you to the closest location you can visit to make your purchase. Keep in mind, this sale is while supplies last, so it's best to take advantage of it sooner rather than later. And of course, again, the company will no longer be continuing games at all after 2019. And so that is pretty much where you find yourself here. But here are some of the biggest notable PS4 games available in the Redbox sale. And of course, if these games are multi-platform, generally the same price applies. Borderlands 3 for $17.99. Modern Warfare for $29.99. Death Stranding for either $19.99 or $29.99. Or it looks like $24.99, excuse me, right there in the middle. A bit of a typo here in the article. But then Far Cry New Dawn, $12.99. Kingdom Hearts 3, $11.99. Madden NFL 20, $15. Metro Exodus, $13. MLB The Show 19, $13. NBA 2K 20, $15. Resident Evil 2 Remake, $15. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, $25. The Division 2 for $10, and Wolfenstein Youngblood for $12. And of course, they also have Nintendo Switch and Xbox One titles as well, so I would highly encourage you to go and check out the sale. And I must be very blunt in saying, holy shit. These games, wow, these are like really, really good deals, and I cannot wait to see exactly what this does entail, because, man, I could be getting some games this weekend, let me tell you right now. But if you did want to dive in and check out the deals, then by all means head over to the Redbox app or on redbox.com and find out what is available near you, because, again, you can get some of the year's biggest games at very, very affordable prices. I mean, Death Stranding came out last month down to $25. Now, these are used. They don't come with the cases nor manuals, if that is applicable, but you do get access to the game itself, and really, that's all you need to have a really good time. And when you do pick up any of these games you see here with the enormous game sale, you probably need a pair of Puma's gaming socks to go ahead and increase your comfort and your gaming ability. But they don't have RGB lighting, and they do cost $105. Have you ever wondered how much a better gamer you could be if only you were wearing proper attire? Probably not, but Puma's hoping you'll pay a premium for a pair of gaming socks nonetheless. The official name of this new product is Active Gaming Footwear, and they cost about $160 in Australia, €180 in the UK, both equivalent to around $105 in the US currency. They are not available in the US as of yet. Created with console gamers in mind, the gaming sock is the first edition Active Gaming Footwear. Designed for indoor... Wait, hold on. I want to start this over. Hold on. We've got to get the Prices Right echo going. Hold on. Created with console gamers in mind, the gaming sock is the first edition Active Gaming Footwear. Designed for indoor use and in-arena use, it delivers seamless comfort, support, and grip so gamers can adapt to different active gaming modes and game their best, according to Puma. I see no reason why a PC gamer couldn't wear them as well, except for the lack of RGB lighting. That's a real shame, because the lack of grip on my regular socks is not the only reason, or is the only reason, I never attempt any jumping jacks while playing games. But without RGB lighting, can we really even call these gaming socks? That just seems silly. Oh man, that's an actual thing that exists. I just don't really know about this one, but I'm really bummed, because check out this list of benefits I'm missing out on, says the author. A medial wrap-up grip and seek mode, lateral wrap-up support and attack mode, and heel wrap-up stability in cruise and defense mode. What in the hell? Incidentally, this is not Puma's only gaming product. Just a few months ago, Puma collaborated with Playseat to develop a gaming chair, which will soon be available for $255. And if you're looking for an alternative to the gaming socks, though, I recommend these claw slippers from $12.97. 97 cents from Walmart. They don't light up either, but I can personally attest their company. I won't trek through the snowy peaks in Tamriel without them. And this is pretty much what you can expect from the claw socks. Again, $13. Very high quality item here. Good recommendation from Paul Lilly over there at PC Gamer. But I just don't know why you would ever want this actively in your life. It's cool, I suppose, but is it really something you need? No. I wouldn't pay any more than $40 for this, maybe, because they do have the sole of an actual shoe. So it would be able to, be applicable if you had to run an errand. Maybe you were just hanging out at your house and you wanted to go to college, I guess, maybe, if you had a class to go to. This would be really good for that, but ultimately, it is a pair of socks. This is pretty much a pair of socks with some grip on the bottom of it. Not really worth $105 in my opinion, but cool looking nonetheless. I won't even lie. I kind of want a pair, but I'm not going to pay $105 for them. I'm going to pay more because taxes are applicable. But no, if you did want to dive in and check these out, again, $105 gets you access to Puma's gaming socks. What a world to be alive in, man. What a world. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Jampack Report, and if you did, be sure to drop me a like down below, and come back tomorrow for a brand new show. Of course, I always keep you up to date and informed, but until then, you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day. I will talk to you soon, and peace.